Hey everyone, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk QI. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, joyous season time. It's a wonderful time of the year. And no better way to celebrate than to enjoy some classic Christmas-themed episodes from QI. And we're going to go back to Series K this time with a appropriately named Kris Kringle episode. Never quite sure why Kris in Kris Kringle started with a K as opposed to CH, but I don't know. I'm sure one of you can tell me in the comments below. There's not much to say. It's Christmas, it's QI, I don't know who the guests are, but it's going to be a great time. It's going to put me even more in the holiday spirit. I'm going to probably throw some carols on in the background afterwards while I edit, but let's just enjoy the next 45 minutes of this XL episode. This is episode 14 from Series K, Kris Kringle.
Noel. Hell is empty, all the devils are here, to quote Shakespeare. Welcome to the QI Christmas show, otherwise known as the Feast of Stephen. Miss Scarlett, Joe Brand.
Nice. Hello, Joe.
Phill Jupitus.
Oh, I want a QI too.
Mrs. Brown, Brendan O'Carroll.
Are we doing...
And the lead piping in the bathroom.
Aw, his QI is upside down.
Ooh, you've been given a truly horrible sweater for Christmas. Oh, that's the question. What's the best way to get rid of it?
Some comedic unravelling that they used to always do in films when I was little on the telly, and you never
It's
see
like the
that
Weezer
joke
song.
anymore. There's always...
Any other thoughts?
Well, you can get in touch with the people at CERN who have been working on the Higgs boson,
Yeah.
which I'm fairly sure will lead to time travel, and then you can turn them back into sheep.
I'd set fire to it, but I'd make sure my least favourite relative was trying it on at...
Is there a machine that can take a pullover and
recycle it
back into its constituent woolen parts?
Why would you make such a thing?
Why indeed? We have the only person we know on the planet who has done it. Imogen Hedges, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
You're a student at...
Kingston. I just graduated.
And one of your projects was an unknitting machine. And is this something you built yourself?
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. What a mind.
An unknitting machine.
Could you take, say, Alan's scarf and return it to a ball of wool?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh,
Yeah.
charming.
Really easy.
Can you knit it again?
Yeah.
Okay. She could do anything. Can we
She's
see your
magic.
machine? That's your brother there.
That's my brother.
Tristan, give
My
us a
helpful
wave.
assistant.
It's a bicycle.
Do they not have electricity in Kingston? Is the recession bitten that hard?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Has Tristan got a girlfriend?
He is quite...
Joe.
He's very cute,
Yes.
isn't he?
One would, one feels.
One wood, one feels.
Stop it. Imogen, thanks very much. You take the scarf away and we'll be looking on you.
I want to see this in action.
What do you think the Queen's going to give you for Christmas this year?
A message.
She will certainly be giving us all a message, that's true.
Is that not a klaxon? I thought certain that would be a
She should have
klaxon.
been.
For years, it's actually been a robot.
Well, her staff, which is obviously extensive, used to be they could choose from a catalogue.
Argos.
And
IKEA
with
now.
value
What, choose a present?
between 20 and 25 pounds, according to length of service.
$26.99. No.
Wow.
No.
Too much. It's sort of changed. They all get the same thing, the staff. Yep.
Have you not met the Queen yet?
Yes. She nudged me once, quite hard in the ribs. It was at her son's wedding to Camilla at Windsor Castle. And
Were you nodding off?
she'd made this very funny speech. She got on the table. She'd stood on the table.
She
What?
got on a table.
Yeah, she stood on the table.
Sort of
She
clambered
stood on the
up.
chair and got on the table. And then she made a very funny speech and she got down and she just mingled among everyone. And I was chatting to someone. I got this
What?
Is anybody going to give me cake?
No.
Of course, ma'am, I'll get you some cake.
Must be a dream.
I
You dreamed
promise.
all of it.
I know it sounds is, man. It's absolutely...
I'm going outside for a fag.
And I'm afraid I was caught by a photographer in the buttresses of the chapel in Windsor.
Whose
buttresses?
Imogen, have you started your machine? Oh, there it is. Oh. And there's Tristan pedalling away.
Yes, indeed.
It's so shy now, I feel terrible. You can see it, it's absolutely unravelling.
She's
before our
literally
eyes.
got a kettle.
Brilliant.
Is she steaming it to straighten it?
It's
I
just
think
so
they would have got it done ages ago if Tristan wasn't quite so relaxed.
Oh, too fast. No, Tristan. Joe, you broke him.
Is Tristan wearing corduroys so the heat generated by the whiff of the corduroy is powering the kettle?
If you work for the Queen, nowadays, you all get the same present instead of being able to choose from the catalogue. 2008 reflected the mood of financial restraint. It was just coasters. And in 2012, Jubilee year, a special themed trinket box. You can't expect the woman to go down the high street shopping, can you?
No.
Why not?
Especially not if she's in one of her cake frenzies.
Anyway, which of these looks most like Jesus?
The guy on the far
The
right.
toast has to be the best.
And that on the right is what's known as a forensic reconstruction.
It could be a myth that you can tell Jewish people.
How can you do a
Because their
forensic
earlobes are higher
reconstruction,
than their
though?
nose.
Because you don't have a skull to base this on. You've got nothing but the written
My father
word.
used to say it, he was Jewish, you know why we have big noses? Air is free.
Or is it?
The Bible obviously doesn't furnish us with a description of
Is there
him.
no
We just know he was a
description at
Jewish
all?
man who lived at a particular time. And that's the best that forensic people can do. One very Christmassy person we do know more clearly, unlike Jesus, we have the skull. Who is that?
Santa.
St. Nicholas.
St. Nicholas. And what could
We have Saint Nick's skull. He was like Turkish, wasn't he? Or
The most famous one of all, of course, is the Coca-Cola Santa.
the canonical St. Nicholas was actually from Lycia, Lycia, which is part of Asia Minor, which is now...
Iran.
No, Asia
Turkey.
Minor is Turkey.
yeah.
Close.
So the story is that he gave money to young girls, daughters of people of his episcopacy.
Did he work for the BBC?
In order...
Tell me about that scandal, please.
Parents of the girls, in order to stop
bet
them...
he did.
In order to stop them becoming prostitutes. And he is therefore the patron saint of prostitutes. Which is nice that they have. Thick, broken nose. He fought with a heretic at Nicaea, where they had a famous...
More likely did it coming
Congress.
down the chimney, though.
Or going down the chimney. Became painted as sailors, children, and prostitutes.
It's
And
a good group.
it's a good group.
I just love the idea that he's the patron saint of prostitutes, but, and then a child goes, "I love you, Santa."
Shut up, baby, I know it.
I've never ever kissed.
He broke Phil.
The Dutch called him Sinterklaas.
Yep.
Now, Santa rewards good little boys and girls, but what happens to the bad ones?
Waterboarding.
Who has a name?
The Dutch.
This is surprisingly close to waterboarding what they do. This is...
A ducking stool.
We're talking about Germany. And there he is. Does anybody know the name of this character? He has several names, but in German, he's mostly known as...
Krampus. Yeah.
Krampus punishes naughty ones include pulling hair. Simple.
It's not that bad, is it?
Swatting with chains.
Quite
Swatting.
Leading naughty children off a cliff.
I think I went to that school.
Putting them in a sack and taking them to his fiery lair. But when is this practiced?
Christmas Eve.
No.
Is it on the
No.
Krampusnacht.
birthdays
On
for
the-
extra irony?
No, it's December the 5th. And that's the kind of
my
figure
birthday.
he presents. And they terrify children.
Krampusnacht.
It is a peculiar way to treat children at Christmas time, but I suppose it has produced a nation of extremely efficient and obedient citizens who now rule Europe. So, maybe... Now, why is Santa off the rich list?
Oh, Santa.
Cutbacks.
Is this the post real estate crash of 2008?
He used to be on the rich list. He used to be on it until 2006. Forbes magazine.
Is it because he may not be real?
Oh no! Oh Phil! Oh no! Oh no!
That got to klaxon, so that can't be right. Don't worry, back you go. I've got the top 5. Name any in the top 5 that you imagine might be on the
Real
riches.
people or
No,
imaginary
fictional,
ones?
that's the point.
Smog.
Scrooge McDuck.
No.
Tony Stark out of Iron Man.
Yes, he's number 5. Number 4's from a black and white TV show with a wonderful Earl Scruggs banjo opening theme
Oh, the
song.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Billy. Jethro Clampett.
Jed Clampett, I'll give you the points for that. He comes in at number 4. Carlisle Cullen from the Twilight Saga is worth 36.3 billion, apparently.
Wow.
But number 2 is the enemy of Scrooge McDuck. Flintheart Glomgold is his name. And number 1 played Benedict Cumberbatch. The
Smog.
richest fictional
Smaug.
creature in the world. Human or they know in the audience? Smaug. $62 billion worth of gold he sits upon until, of course, well, I'm not going to tell you the ending.
But why is Santa taken off? Because surely he must be really rich to give everyone a present.
It's a very simple reason.
Tax
Forbes,
evasion.
not tax evasion. Because it's a fictional
And he's
list,
real.
And Santa is
Santa is
real.
real.
Forbes decided that. So there you go. Good result, Santa.
Oh, he's doing 2 tasks now.
Look at how cunning that little thing is, the way it moves, the little shuttly...
He's called Tristan, Steve.
No!
Stop objectifying, Stephen.
Did you design the way that it moves like that so that it can...
No, that's
The
store
little
bought.
tiny thing.
Yeah.
That's from eBay.
That's from eBay.
Now, how can a Christmas tree get you into trouble?
Grass you up.
We're talking about the once beloved institution, BBC.
Oh.
Far more sinister even than the BBC.
Broadmoor.
Not Broadmoor. MI5 is the right answer.
all right.
And if they thought anyone who worked for the BBC was
Okay.
Communist.
dodgy,
Okay, gay
They would ask
communist
him to
dodgy.
join immediately.
there would be a symbol put onto their personnel file,
Really?
which
If you were-
resembled
if you were
a Christmas tree.
Oh.
And
Oh no.
pure coincidence. People thought it looked like a Christmas tree, called it the Christmas tree, but the 2 arrows, it's actually just 2 arrows, mean refer upstairs. What's Baldrick brought for me this Christmas?
Right, okay.
I need to rewatch Blackadder. I haven't seen it since like the late 80s.
In 1915, because football had been banned at Christmas Day, a soldier smuggled into the trench a football in the morning when the whistle blew to commence the offensive. He threw it out of the trench, shouting, "Play up, London Irish," because it was from the London Irish Regiment. And it so happens a member of that London Irish happens to be called Tony Robinson, and is therefore always called Baldrick by his fellow. And he has brought that football along today.
Okay. This is from World War One. But that can't be.
This really is Tony the football.
It is indeed, just the
And
football.
where is it kept?
It's kept in the museum.
Some of your fellow soldiers over here, if you'd like to stand up, here they are.
Oh, they have fun hats.
Most noticeable is the, how do you say it, cabine, which you must not call a beret.
Pain in the arse in the cinema, aren't they?
Well, yeah. This is different from other headwear that's...
People behind those lads are like, oh, now they stood up.
It's the only one with the cap badge on the right.
This is a very historic year for Irish soldiers. All Irish soldiers who deserted the Irish Army.
Have been...
I haven't finished.
Pardon? Come on, Stephen. Be a little Christmassy here.
All soldiers who deserted the Irish Army and joined the British Army were granted a pardon.
That is extraordinary, isn't it?
Well, it's too late now, I'm dead.
Almost all of them. It was considered by the Irish government that you were a traitor.
Correct.
You got no pension, you couldn't work for the government.
No.
Really?
You, actually, you could barely go home.
Was Ireland neutral in World War One?
Baldrick,
Sir.
I've never seen you looking better.
Very well put
Absolute
together.
Disaster of a human being.
Would you guys be interested in me rewatching Blackadder? I literally haven't seen it in at least 30 years.
So it's time for a Christmas drink, I think. And all I want to know from you is which ones you should use at Christmas. It's about the shape.
Which shape for Christmas?
I have had one Barocca too many.
Suspiciously like Ambrew, actually. We don't
No,
mention
it's like this.
Oh, right. Heston Blumenthal, in fact, has studied extensively the effect of one of our sense organs on food and drink. It's not the tongue. What do you think it is?
It's
Smell.
a field.
It's gotta be
No,
smell.
not the feel.
Eyes.
The eyes.
Oh.
You drink more quickly out of a curved glass because you're not aware of how much there is.
And also you drink more quickly with loud music playing.
And you drink more quickly if you're an alcoholic.
And if you're an alcoholic.
Also that.
If you, for example, have a strawberry mousse served on a white plate, it tastes more flavourful and sweeter than the same thing on a black plate.
Nearly everything does.
Planks.
Slates and planks.
Please wash the bird shit off it.
But that was Heston Blumenthal.
You were supposed to have.
A little squeeze of sparrow.
I think that's crap about stuff tasting
It isn't.
worse off black plates.
not as
I think
if
it's
worse.
racist towards plates.
It is, as you rightly say, the cortical real estate, as it were, taken up by visual, is much, much more than...
Did I say that?
You do, well, you didn't say it quite like that, but you kind of...
Wine doesn't taste as nice in a mug.
Wine.
That's because of the amount of air you take in.
Yes, that's probably true, isn't it?
No, it is true. Steve.
Yes, no.
Not probably. It is.
I'm trying to tea out of a glass. It is
Delicious.
divine.
You're absolutely right.
Because it
My
minimises...
wife likes a thin
Yeah.
mug.
Well, that's your own business. But I'm just saying...
Who thought that Fry and Carol would be a double act?
Take it in.
Is that your phone?
Yes.
I was wondering what I was hearing.
Now, let's test your beer goggles, as it were. We have a man in the audience who's just going to hold up a picture, and I want you to tell me who's that of?
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe. Yeah. It's Sam. Sam, walk towards us if you be
I
kind.
don't think it. I wouldn't. I thought it was. I think it's supposed to look like
It's
it.
a-
I'm suspicious.
What?
Albert
It's
Einstein.
Einstein. What the heck just
Albert
happened?
Einstein.
Holy crap.
What the hell just happened?
Rather extraordinary. It's
They're
both.
related.
No. Created by the MIT, this illusion, they
Thank
removed
you.
Marilyn's fine-grained features, like wrinkles and little blemishes, and they removed Einstein's coarser features, like the shape of his mouth and nose, and then they superimposed the two. And we've done another version, just to show this really does work. It's not just Marilyn.
Oh dear.
That's Stephen Fry. I know
me.
him well.
Are we going to turn him into Alan?
Hello.
That's cool. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I want one in my house.
What distance do you want it, though?
I want to be far away from it.
Toss you for it. What year was Jesus born?
5 BC.
Ooh, it's not the right answer. Damn close.
4,
No.
3,
No.
7.
2,
No.
Other direction, 8.
6.
Yes!
Ah, come on.
He was born 6 years before Christ.
Is that just bad calendaring?
It's been worked out by the only man we've ever been able to call, certainly for over 1,000 years, I think, Pope Emeritus.
An ex-pope.
An ex-pope. Is there an ex-pope in the world?
We got one now.
We have.
Benedict.
The calculation made by Dionysius Exiguus, which is basically Latin for Dennis the Small. What was the year before 1 AD?
Naught.
Oh, dear.
One BC, then, I assume. But
Is the right answer. Anyway, here's an obviously easy one. Is 0 an odd number or an even number?
yes.
Not a number.
Oh, it is a number.
No, it's even.
No, it's an interesting...
It's even.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh. An even number is divisible by 2 without leaving a remainder.
Yeah.
Well, 0 over 2
Is
is
0.
0 with no remainder. Our maths elf at QI thinks this is the easiest question that's ever been asked on QI.
Take away my glory now. The
Maths elf.
sun isn't there. I had that about
The sun isn't there.
I'm looking at it and it's not there, but this is easier.
Maths
Hate
people are
this
odd.
show.
Sorry, Phil. I want you to create some extraordinarily magical, Christmassy things using the power of chemistry alone. You shouldn't
Stephen, are we going to make a seasonal meth lab?
Maybe. You have to put on your gloves, I'm afraid, for health and safety reasons. You pour the contents of your smaller into the larger.
Aha, the usual.
Yeah. And then we just swirl and...
What are we making here?
I've got this.
Oh!
It's dry ice.
Oh, that's some of that.
God, I can get the lid on in time.
Oh! Come on, Stephen. Seal it. Seal it. Oh my God.
They're my little bubbles.
Oh, we're making smoke
There's
bubbles.
one, look, big one.
That's fun.
Pop it.
Not actually smoke, of course, but
I've gone completely reflective.
Look at you've made a bauble.
Look at that.
oh,
You've made a bauble because your little experiment
is there like silver in there or something?
was silver nitrate. It's the same thing used in film photography, and that is silver.
Wow.
They used to use exactly that for lining the inside of thermos flasks.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Imogen, what do you have for us? There it is! Literally!
Thanks. I like that scar.
Brilliant invention. I hope they gave you first class with honours and...
They didn't.
Wow, they didn't.
The one who got her first probably made a scarf.
You're absolutely right. And unfortunately, his phone went off, which may have cost him some points.
Oh,
In
demerits.
last place, with a very creditable -19, is Brendan O'Carroll. With -9, Joe Brand. With -6, Alan Davies.
My gosh.
With +3 is Phill Jupitus. Merry Christmas to you all, everywhere. Bye-bye.
I don't have anything to say. Lovely episode. Funny, entertaining, lots of Christmassy themed stuff. We made baubles with silver nitrate. We had smoke bubbles. We found out Santa is real. Phil's emotional crisis was averted, thank goodness. This is back-to-back Phill episodes for me, but I know he was also one of these guests that they'd have on multiple times every series, so seeing him in a couple of Christmas episodes back-to-back, not super crazy. I didn't know Brendan at all. That's his name, right? He's new to me. Where is he from? Let me know. Joe Brand, always a good time. I like her on QI. I'm not sure she was a perfect fit for Taskmaster, for instance, but I like her on QI. She wasn't super involved this episode, and a lot of her jokes are along the lines of physically injuring her least favorite relatives and or husband. But, that's her jam. That's Joe. You know what you're going to get. And she's entertaining. This show makes me feel the way I hope you're all feeling this time of year. I hope you're feeling content. I hope you're feeling happy and taken care of. I hope you are close to those who you love, and I hope you're enjoying your days and nights. And I wish you all a very happy 2023. I owe all of you a great deal of thanks for taking the time out of your days to spend a little of it here with me at Neil Talks. It means the world. Your support, your comments, your viewership really means a lot to me. And I couldn't do it without you. So thanks from me to each and every one of you. I look forward to next year. And until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.